I am so pumped about how my hair looks.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
So it's like a strawberry blonde because I used that auburn. I still have a little piece right here I need to re-straighten. But I went ahead and straightened it. So I think it looks really good. Also, roots. See how dark they are? I totally forgot I own this. So it's just a dark brown root touch-up, and it doesn't come out until you wash it off. So I was like, why was I not doing this before? So this is what it looks like. Colored really nicely. It doesn't look like really blunt with the color at the bottom. I don't know how they dyed it like that. I could never. I just gave Bailey his medicine because we're about to go to Piedmont in a couple minutes here. And then I have to go get my tire done. So that's why I gave him his medicine. So he has to have it 2 hours in advance. So I'm gonna leave here around 12:30. It's up in Howell Mill. It says it takes like 15 to 30 minutes to get there using the back roads instead of the highway because I can't go over. What is it, 50 miles per hour with a donut tire, and I don't think that is legal to go under 50 miles per hour on a highway in Atlanta, if I'm being completely honest. So we're gonna be taking the back roads. So he'll be here. This will be the longest he's been home alone in a while because I've been home a lot. So he'll be in his crate for like 2-ish hours, which for like dogs, that's really not that long of a time. But I'm going to fill up his Kong. So I got another Kong. So I have his red one, which is the Kong that I am using right now for training. And then I went ahead and I picked up another one from Chewy. Excuse me, bud. So that we can differentiate which one's for training and which one is just for, you know, playing and stuff like that, because one is a safety signal, and if I start giving it to him when we're not training, then he will actually think that every single time he's getting it that I am leaving, because that's what I do when we're training, and I'm desensitizing him by the door and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up now. So I just gave him his pill in medicine. So this is it. I got the black one, the extreme one. His is just the regular red one. He actually really likes it. He plays with it just like normally as a toy. So I fill it up with peanut butter. I use some of his food, and then I've been putting in some treats. So I'm breaking up some of these and some of these. And then I got a new leash. So right now I just have a normal leash that you guys know. I showed it in my video when I got Bailey. But this is a flexi one. I got this off of Chewy too. This one expands to 16 feet. So I've been wanting to get something like this when we go to Piedmont because I want to do some off-leash training with him, but have him on the leash. So the dog park is nice too, but it's a little bit easier if I do an open field because that's more so what it's going to be like if he were off leash. So this will let him go really, really far, and then you can stop him by just pressing it. So I would never use this for like our normal walks probably, just because I'm still leash training him. And using this gives him way too much freedom. So I probably wouldn't start using this until he's like fully leash trained. But right now I've been able to train him to stand next to me on my left when we're at a light before we cross the street and be able to rein him back into that position. But his breed, he mostly goes in front of me anyway, so I'll never really be able to. Down, 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 and sit. Now. I'll never be able to like truly train him to just stay at my side because he's always going to be leading me. So I got this for training. I'm really excited. I might take him to the Piedmont dog park too, because they do actually have a dog park there. And I've never really been able to find it. So instead of parking where I normally park and then walking and trying to find it, I'm just gonna park by that dog park. Then I don't have to worry about it. So I'm pretty sure it's set up like big dog, small dog. So we'll see, because that gets him like super, super tired. So we just parked in this random parking lot. Trying to go here. We're basically by Piedmont Bark. Bailey's watching all these dogs come through. So he loved it. It took him about 15 minutes or so for him to find a friend. But once he did, he was set. That's the one thing about those huge dog parks, is it's like, with our dog park, he sees the same dogs all the time. So with this, it's like you gotta meet new dogs, meet a new buddy. So he found a friend that could get him nice and tired. And I'm so grateful for that. And then he just ran around with a bunch of random dogs. So if you haven't been to the Piedmont Park dog park, you park in the Piedmont Bark or the Urban Body Fitness parking lot, and then there's a trail that just goes up the steps and takes you there, and it's like literally a 1-minute walk. But yeah, he loved it. So we're gonna be doing this way more often. There's so many dog parks in Atlanta. I'm so glad I moved here. I love everything about the city. I have absolutely no complaints. And one day when all of this is over, I can do a meetup, because people keep asking me. I would love to. And you guys can meet my little son. He'll be like more trained by then. So he'll be better on lots of people. But it was so nice because he didn't jump on anyone. Like when he's in dog parks like that, he doesn't really jump. I don't know if he has a jumping issue that would like continue to be an issue, or if it's just jumping because he's a puppy. But I'm currently teaching him how to jump so I can teach him how to not jump. I think this is like the best way that I can do this, because otherwise I'm not quite sure how to swing it. Because they're gonna have my car, I'm just gonna vlog on my phone just in case. But this is the fit. Gave him this Kong, which is frozen. That'll hold him over for at least 30 minutes, and I think that is going to make him even more tired, and I think he's gonna fall asleep. I put on a movie. I showed him that I was hanging out in the other room, so we'll see. I can tell based on if he's like panting when I come back, but what I have been doing is I'll drop in on my Alexa every now and then to check in, because you can hear. So I can hear if he's barking, and if he is, I'll speak to him on there. And that has really helped calm him down in the past. But like I said, an hour and a half has been his threshold. So we are pushing it a little bit today to see if he'll be okay. He was like exhausted. Like he was literally starting to go to sleep in a different room from me, which is unheard of for him, because he has to be like velcroed to my side at all times. So we are almost there now. We're literally like I think 5 minutes away. So obviously I took the back roads because I can't go the speed limit essentially. And it's nice driving through like the west side, because, or at least the upper west side. The lower west side is not really it. But it didn't take me that way anyways. But it's just so, like the vibe is just completely different over here. Like Old Fourth is very neighborhoody. Midtown actually reminds me of a city. I don't really go higher than Midtown because Buckhead is boring. And then over here is nice, but it's like still being built up. So it's like, I don't know. That's why I'm waiting to buy, because I don't really know where I want to live yet. And it would just be cheaper for me to buy than to rent in Atlanta, for being completely honest. Like the mortgage is incredibly low when you put a down payment down. Even if you put down like the minimum, you could be paying like $1,000, which is just insane. But I don't know exactly where I want to live. It's too much of a commitment for me to do that. I feel like I know most of the areas pretty well, considering I haven't been here that long, and considering I've been inside most of the time I've been here. I did a lot of exploring when I first came here, as you guys know, and so I know like most of the city, which is weird. Not super north, because I don't really go up there. Like I said, Buckhead's boring. I don't think I had a very good first impression when I came here to look at apartments, if I'm being completely honest. You'll have to watch that video if you haven't seen it. I was just not impressed. Okay, so it is 3 p.m. on the dot. It took a little bit longer because I ended up getting the tires aligned too, because it was like super cheap to add it, and I was like, well, I'll do that, because my dad was like, yes, definitely do that, because the price was so good. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. And I did my Amazon check-in, and Bailey was barking for a little bit. I talked to him, he was fine. I checked back in 20 minutes later and he was quiet. So that is good, because this has definitely been over the time of what he's used to. Can I not go this way? I can't tell if this flattens out. Can I go out that way?
Yeah, you can go out.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. They're replacing my brake light for free. These people are so nice. Hello, sir. So he was actually surprisingly like okay. He was panting a tiny bit, but that's actually a good sign, because that means like he stopped barking a while ago. But he doesn't like treat me like crazy. His tail's still wagging a lot, but he wasn't like jumping. And oh my god, I wish I had recorded like the first couple times that I had left him alone. You would think that I'd been gone for like 8 hours and I was gone for like 10 minutes. So baby steps. We're heading back inside now. So I did a vlog yesterday because I was like actually kind of having a mental breakdown. I basically cried all day long. I just had some personal stuff going on, and I had to like say goodbye to someone for like the 500th time Saturday evening, and it's just not fun. So I feel a little bit better now, but that's why I didn't end up vlogging yesterday. So yeah, I'm so glad I'm doing Vlogmas, because it's keeping me intact. I'm like, all right, Lauren, you got stuff to do. I have a bunch of sponsorships. This week is crazy because we are leaving soon, and I have to pack for 2 weeks, which, if you guys have seen me pack for like a weekend, I'm just gonna have so much stuff. And it's cold in Maryland, so I have to pack like heavy things. But I do have my really big suitcase, and then I also have my little suitcase, and I have a bunch of like duffel bags and stuff. So you guys will see that in one of these vlogs one day. Probably will go up once I'm home, because Bailey and I are driving up there, so I'm not gonna be editing at the hotel. Well, maybe. I guess we'll have to see. But it's gonna be interesting. So I'm just trying to recenter myself, but I'm also starting a new vlog that will go up after this one, because it is Monday now, obviously, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So I do have one thing to show you guys. I'll show you once I get ready for the day. But if you did not know, maybe you're new here, hi. If you've been around for a while, this is, you know, not really news, but I've always had issues with alcohol. And so I am 8 months sober today, which is crazy. I'm actually sober from like everything. And I chose to do that because it's a lot easier to be sober from everything and then kind of bring some stuff back in later on if I want to, because it will trigger me to want to drink alcohol, and that's obviously not the goal. So who knows if I'll start drinking again someday. I feel pretty good about not drinking now, so I think because I have like fixed my attachment with it, it's a lot better. I was not an alcoholic by any means. I just had like a dependency on it, and I learned to abuse it, and it's really easy to get alcohol here in Atlanta because they literally sell wine in the grocery stores, which I was not used to living up in Maryland. So very different vibe. And there's just liquor stores everywhere. But yeah, so I'm super proud of myself. So I got myself a gift for that because I'm super extra. I also got myself a gift. I think it was for my 3 months. So this is kind of a little token to that. It's in the same realm. But yeah, you guys know I like buying myself stuff anyway, so it's not really a surprise that I purchased something. So I want to show you guys my bag. You might have seen it in the background of some of my videos or maybe my Instagram stories, but here she is. The color is like such a grandma bag, but I had a bag in this color, I want to say, oh my god, like a couple years ago that I got from a thrift store for like $10. That's where I used to get all my bags. That's kind of where my bags obsession began, at thrift stores. And I still have tons of bags that I thrifted. But this is the Trendy CC. This is, I can't remember what the actual name was. Let me see if it's, I was wondering if I still had the tag in here, but I think I put it somewhere else. But it's like a caramel color. It's so pretty. This is like almost impossible to find, but there are a couple that pop up on the resale market every now and then. They're like a little bit more expensive, but not too much, surprisingly. So I was in between this color and the black one, which you can get at any time. So I'll link that one down below. But I was like, I have so many black bags, and I don't have a bag in this color anymore because I had that one that I had from the thrift store, and I never replaced this because this color is really hard to find in bags, I think, because it kind of is like a grandma color. But this is one of my favorite colors. You guys see me wearing like tan and like caramel orange literally all the time. So I was like, why don't I get a bag? Because I feel like I can wear this in all seasons because it's such a neutral color, even though it is a little bit on the warmer side. It's got the gold hardware, and it has a strap with the leather part at the top, and you can actually take it out and then you can just use it as a top handle, which I really wanted because I don't have a lot of top handle bags, and this is a bigger bag. It's got 2 compartments, so it does have some like slight rough scratches on it because this is used. There's actually 3 pockets. I don't know why I said 2. I guess because the one in the back is like really small. That's where it says Chanel, and there's a zipper pocket, and then you got the big compartment, and then this one. So I can, if you message me on Instagram, I can tell you some of my favorite places to get them. A lot of them are on Instagram, and I can let you know where I found this one in hopes that you can find some other like impossible to find bags. I feel like I'm really good at finding good personal shoppers and Instagram pages that have really hard to find bags. But it's got the Chanel plated on the top, and yeah, I just thought it was really pretty. So I'll show you guys what it looks like crossbody. I have a short torso, as we all know, but I am 5'10", so kind of like equals itself out. So oh, it's a little bit bulkier as a crossbody because it's a pretty big bag. So I'd probably use it as a top handle or just use it on my shoulder like this if I'm wearing a coat, because I feel like it would just be like so high up, it would feel so bulky. So we'll see how quickly this plate gets all scratched. Because I don't have bags that have a lot of hardware on it because I'm pretty rough with my stuff. But it's already got a bunch of fingerprints, so there's not really much I can do. There's also a pocket in the back. And yeah, so this was my choice for my sober gift. As you guys know, I got my first Chanel for, I think it was my 3 months, 90 days. So I thought it was only fitting that we get another one. It just gives me an excuse to get another one, let's be honest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in my next Vlogmas.